and I cannot get any rest. So I guess I'm gonna have to tell this dream that I don't want to tell. But I had this dream 37 years ago. Yeah. So Tempest, you were 6 months old when I had this dream. And in this dream, and it's crazy, I forgot all about this dream, but in this dream, what happened in it is happening now. So I didn't want to tell the dream because I'm like, dang, that's an old dream, but apparently it's pertinent for now. And so I had this dream that there were two tornadoes, and excuse me, in these tornadoes, well, it was seven total, but it was two tornadoes coming towards me. They didn't do a lot of destruction, but did what tornadoes do. Then it was a light blue sky, and then all of a sudden I saw five tornadoes. Now, when I saw these five tornadoes in a dream, I panicked because it was dark. They were right behind each other in a row. And they were, I mean, when I say tearing up stuff, I mean tearing up stuff so bad that I ran into a building. Well, come to find out, the building was a hospital. And what I did was I jumped on one of under a gurney, but on the table, and it was a metal table, and I grabbed the handles of this of this the table legs, and so I'm under this table, and I see in my dream they were politicians. They were dressed up in suits. And so I'm on the table and I'm holding on because these tornadoes, they're just like hitting back to back to back to back to back. I'm holding on. This table is spinning around, and stuff is going all over the place. And all of a sudden I see heads going one way, the men's suit going the other way. I mean, just everything flying all over. And I'm just holding on and holding on and holding on. And I woke up. Before we move on to the rest of the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it now. Check the subscribe or click the subscribe, like the video and the notification bell so that you can know when I drop a new video. Also, don't forget to leave a comment so we can build an interactive community here. Thank you. And now on to the video. Well, your grandmother, Temperance, that same night had a dream about all these national flags. It was just a bunch of flags and from different countries, and they were standing up straight. But by the end of her dream, all of those flags were knocked down. So when I woke up and I told your grandmother, she said, "Man, that's crazy. I had a dream about some flags." So she had me draw a picture of the flags because she said she wanted to document it. So I don't know where that picture is. I haven't had a chance to actually ask her to look for it. I asked her did she have it, but she hadn't looked for it. And at that time, I'm like, man, what was that? Everything was going pretty good. I mean, like I said, my daughter, she was 6 months old, so I hadn't even had my sons. And I was like, okay, that was just a wild dream. And as we know, nothing has really happened. But I've been thinking about this dream, and you know, something said, go ahead and record this dream and tell this dream. And I'm like, I don't know, it's so long ago. Why would anybody want to hear that? And so, as I've been thinking about this dream, and I may not know the total um, interpretation of the dream, but in the dream, what I'm getting from it is, there was 2 years of this devastation or whatever, but it wasn't really devastating. It was just like how tornadoes are. It can be a little damaging, but you can fix it. But when those five came back to back like that, I mean, it was just like total destruction. So bad that I was looking in as I'm spinning. I remember also in the dream, as I'm spinning in this thing, I'm looking down and this water is filthy and nasty, and it was just horrible. And then I had got really, like, I remember my chest beating so hard because, like I said, I'm not a violent person, so it wasn't any blood or anything, but I'm to see heads going this way and bodies going this way, and there were all men in suits, these kind of men in suits, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on here? So I don't know. It just made me think that we're gonna have some rough times coming up, real rough. And but nobody, we didn't die, so I don't know. We didn't die, so I'm thinking that in that dream, um, we're gonna make it through, but it's gonna be some rough times. So I don't know. But if you have any, thoughts on what it could mean or whatever. Like I said, it was a long time ago when I had that dream, but it seemed like that's what's happening now. So, leave a comment. Yes. And that's what I got out of it. That we're gonna make it through this. We're gonna make it through this, but it's gonna be rough. And actually I have been thinking on, start stockpiling, start, preparing to, I don't know, it's a lot I think is gonna happen, you know. But yeah, we have to stay, prayed up, meditated up, looking towards our help, you know, covering our families, all of that. So I definitely agree with you on that. And like I said, I had that dream so long ago. I had totally forgot about it. And then like a couple of days ago it came to my head. I'm like, oh shoot. Wait a minute, I did have that dream. In conclusion, I want to sum up this dream, and I also want to give my perspective on it a little bit. And like I said, if you guys have any comments or maybe I missed something in the interpretation, we can discuss it. There's nothing wrong with discussion. So, um, with that being said, excuse me. With that being said, you know, in this dream, like I said before during the live, you know, everything was going pretty decent and pretty good in, society. I mean, I really didn't have any big worries or anything like that. And, you know, I mean, so there was no need for me to think of trauma or anything like that. And so, there were, like I said, these two tornadoes that, came down the roadway. Then there was the five. Now, I ran into, when I saw the two hurricanes, they did the devastation. So that meant like 2 years of uncomfortable, maybe, maybe a little trauma type thing. And, but it cleared up. That's what the blue skies were like it cleared up. So everything cleared up pretty decent. Um, During that clear sky part, but, I didn't see any debris or anything like that. But the emotions that I had from the two tornadoes to when I saw the five tornadoes, totally different emotions. You know, the The two tornadoes was just regular emotions that we feel when we hear about tornadoes in the dream. But when I saw those five back to back like that, those tornadoes were darker. Those tornadoes were more intense. They scared me so bad that I ran into a building which turned out to be a hospital. And so we know that when we go to the hospital, we go there for help, correct? So I ran to shelter. I ran for safety. And the anxiety that I felt in the dream was so high that I felt it even in like awakens, you can feel in an awakened state. But it was so high and so devastating and so impactful that even after 37 years, I still feel how I felt when I saw it in my dream. So that means that this devastation was immense. When I was in the up under the table and I'm holding on to these metal legs and I'm looking around and I in that dream that let me know that yes, I'm going to be protected. We're protected. But that didn't take away from the devastation that I saw as an observer under this table. So I had a strong covering, which was a metal table, strong covering looking out from up under the table. Still under the table, but I'm looking out from under the table. And to see all that devastation, and like I said, everything's flying everywhere, and then all these heads flying everywhere. And I knew that they were political because that was put in my head. Political. It didn't say anything. It had nothing to do with, you know, um, common people. These were officials. They were in their suits. They were officials. You know, they weren't in like the typical businessman suit, which is, like a brown or anything like that. So they definitely gave the vibe of political. Then, with the bodies going one way, the heads going another way, when a person, they that lost their mind, as they say, in slang terms, you done lost your mind. You out of your head. That's how I took it. They were out of their head and everything was chaotic. Well, what are we looking at now? You know, it takes me about a week because I'm still learning how to edit and, try to dress up my videos and things like that. So it takes me about a week or so. But like I said in my live, that dream came back to my remembrance before the inauguration. So, I'm appreciative that my spiritual team, my angels, my ancestors, they speak to me in dreams. I don't know I don't know anyone else, but I know in general, there's others like me. W- we're talked to through dreams. Or, I can be wide awake and see a vision, or I can, hear, you know what I mean? And but for me to have that dream 37 years ago, and for it to be like, well, it wasn't 37, it's like 36 years ago. But if you add the six and the three, that's a nine. And I'm looking at it now. We haven't had any political um uprise or problems of this magnitude that we're experiencing now ever in the history of America. When the two tornadoes, that was that insurrection. And then after the insurrection, with people still acting a fool over a celebrity, okay? And so, you know, you're you're not listening, and like I said, there was a calm. Am I saying that I agree with everything that Biden does? No. I'm sovereign. Mm-mm. I don't have an opinion. So I want you guys to understand that I do not have an opinion. I'm just speaking on what I've been told and what I see. And now we have started those 5 black devastating tornadoes. I said in another dream, we have started the 1,000-year reign. Now I'm going to need to help people. And if you need a one-on-one consultation, my link's in the bio. You can go to my website and schedule an appointment. I don't mind. But what I have to offer, and others, that's like me have to offer, we're going to have to reach out and work together in order to help humanity. So, another thing that I was thinking of as far as these 5 tornadoes, the last one in that bunch wasn't as strong as the 4, and it wasn't as black as the 4. That it was a little smaller, and it was, because I'm thinking about it after the fact, and I was thinking about the dream, because like I said, you see how long ago that dream was. That was 37 years ago. So by it being 37 years ago, I had to think about this again, because the only thing that was said to me was, remember that dream you had about the heads and the bodies flying all over the place with the tornadoes? And I said, oh, because I had forgot all about it. I had forgot all about it. And I had another dream, and this is just, I'm going to do the video on that too. I had another dream, and I put it in an app, and I went to edit it, and it was gone. But it was another dream, and this one is recently, so I'm glad that I wrote this one down. I'm going to see if that comes to pass. I had another dream where I was told we're supposed to work together. Love to greatness is the YouTube video that I have on here, and it was love to greatness, and I was specifically told, don't do like they do, but watch and see what I do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get mad over what the left or the right is doing in this political stuff. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to watch. I'm going to see what you guys do. And I was told to watch, see what what's going to happen. I'm not going to get any further on that, but trust me, it's getting back. So you can take it how you want to. And, like I said, I'm just letting you guys know we have to be prepared, and don't get stressed out, lose sight of working together, not lose sight of helping one another, because that's what this is supposed to be, building us to help one another, not fight one another, not be evil to one another, not to be cruel to one another. And I'm not saying it sarcastically, like to be antagonistic. I'm just talking because I feel this very deeply, and this is what we need to do. It's just, with the tornadoes, let me know how many years. And so therefore, you know, um, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, that we really need to work together. And you guys, stop looking at it as a color thing. We're connected. It's stop looking at it as a color thing. That is like the most, I say it all the time, that is the silliest thing The amount of melanin deposited. Wow. That has got to be the craziest thing. Something that no one can control. Same way with your hair structure, you have people with all kind of features in every human race here. You guys, the simplest shit. You can do the simplest shit. Because everyone has family they love. I say it all the time. Everybody has family they love, friend they love, people they love, or respect, or whatever you want to call it. All this evil, y'all just don't know. But like I said, and I think I said it in my video that got deleted, that I'm going to make again. And this time I'm going to try to figure out how it doesn't get deleted out of the app, even though I got rid of that app that I used. I'm going to use a different one because this one seems to keep my videos. But like I said, we know there's another planet. I, I don't want to get too much into that, but I'll get into it to the next video. But there is another planet, and who says you're going to be able to be there if you're going to be evil? You ain't gonna disrupt and corrupt and destroy another planet. That's only for people who want to live in harmony and want to be in peace. So I will talk to you guys later. Look forward to the next video. Share, like, comment, subscribe to the video, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great one.